Hello, people. This is your Lady Mavis. It's a wonderful Friday morning. The Lord has been good to us, and we are very fortunate to be alive once more again. I just want to apologize for the lateness. We had to sort some few things out, so forgive us. Next time we'll be on time. Thank you. So, today's edition is a very special one. It's the second edition of the issues of life. And I must say that I appreciate all the comments, all the likes, and the desire to have full videos of the very last edition we had. Fortunately for us, we are on YouTube. We are on YouTube now, and we're going to have all these recorded there. I also want us to know that we are now a page. Our account is now a page. And so if you are sending in any form of request, I'll not be able to accept the request, but you will have to follow the page. So I'm very thankful for all your concerns, the calls, the messages, the love shown me. The encouragement was very massive for a beginner like me. And I want to acknowledge all my Facebook friends. I want to acknowledge my TikTok friends and Instagram friends. Not forgetting my friends on WhatsApp as well. There are some special people, Matthew, Adanke, Na Okaile, Sarkodie. I think she was one of the very first people who was excited about the fact that I was saying people should watch out for my space. She's such a very lovely person. Thank you, Nana, Na Okaile, Sarkodie, and my father, Emmanuel Aklasu. Thank you for the encouragement. Nana Usu Ameyao and Cynthia Gazi. All the videos are now on YouTube. Okay, so I do not take it for granted at all. All I say is that you have shown me real love. Thank you. So we are waiting for our friends to join us online. So please, if you're hearing me, please kindly join online. We are online now. I want to see some few people online. Then we can start. Thank you. Okay, so how has it been? How has it been since the first edition? What are the steps that you have taken in making sure that we keep our children out of parental or out of marital conflicts? I guess we are learning a lot, and we are taking measures to solve this issue or this sort of challenge. Today is 26 September, and as we discussed, we were going to discuss when it's enough, or when is it enough in a relationship, when to say it's enough in a relationship. Now let's start by defining what a relationship is. First of all, a relationship is a connection between two or more people. Is a bond, normally a bond between two or more people, and because it's a bond, people are connected, or people can't just be bonded for nothing. They are bonded because of trust. They are bonded because of shared experiences. They are bonded because of the fact that they have a mutual influence. And when I say mutual influence, when the two or more people or individuals are able to affect each other positively, they are affecting each other reciprocally. Now, it involves a lot of connection and expectations. So that is it about relationship. So first of all, that's a definition. That's how to explain relationship. And for us, it's very usual for us to think that relationships is just romantic relationship. Normally, when we talk of relationship, people are always geared towards romantic relationship, but there are different types of relationships. We have the family relationship. We also have the friendship relationship. We have the work relationship, and we have community relationship. So for family relationship, this kind of relationship is actually for a mom, between a mom, a dad, for the children they've given birth to, and also for a nuclear family. Yes, so for a mom and dad and their children, that forms a nuclear family. And for the extended family as well, the extended family, which is the aunties, the uncles, the grandparents, the nieces, and the cousins. So this kind of family relationship is normally characterized by love, by trust, by honesty, by affection, respect, and honesty is also displayed here. So if you are in a family, okay, you are in a family and you are not having all these ingredients, you are not experiencing these ingredients, this is a way of telling you how bad it feels, or this is a way of telling you that there is supposed to be this kind of, there's supposed to be some kind of affection and respect. And our good Bible tells us in Proverbs 17 verse 7 that these people that are relatives are supposed to be bearers. They are supposed to help us in adversity. So imagine you belonging to a family, and in times of your adversity, nobody comes through for you. I mean, it's going to be very hurtful. So this kind of family relationship is to help us, is to help those people, or for those people to help us to bear our adversities. In times of adversities, your family should be around. Your family should come around to console you. And as I'm saying this, we know that we can't all have, when I say a good family relationship, because there are odds, there are some kind of situations people have been in, and they have had bad experiences of family relationship. Instead of the family to support them, they are not there. And this is a form of a way to tell you, it's a red flag for you. As a family member, you are supposed to enjoy family when you are in adversity. Yes. And I know people have bad experiences of their own families. Sometimes you have a dad who is not seeing eye to eye with you. You have a mom who is only caring for your other siblings, and you don't understand why you are the only one who is not receiving that kind of love. Okay, so although this family is for comfort, we would have the ordinary, or we'll have the odd one when you don't experience that love. When we go on to the friendship relationship, this kind of people are just always there. I call them the friends that are always there for you, and they have this ingredient. They have the ingredient of loyalty, and they have the ingredient of emotional support. So you find out that there's this particular friend you have been talking to all this while, ever since you grew up. This friend has been with you, whether you go down, whether you are sad, whether you don't talk back to him or her. They are always there to support you in times of trouble. they are always there. And I know that everyone has had or will have such friends. And Proverbs 18 verse 24 also tells us that a friend sticks closer than a brother. And so we find out that these brothers or these friends that we have become so supportive to us in our down moments, in our high moments. Anytime there is any situation, they are just around. So we can just take cue from this that you shouldn't take such friends for granted. You don't have to take these friends for granted. Just allow them to be around you. There are people that you can refuse to talk to them, but no matter what, anytime you pick your phone to call them, they are always ready for you. And that is that ingredient of a a friendship relationship. So their sole main ingredient is that they are always loyal and they are always support whenever you have any kind of issue. And so let's also note that all friendships are relationships, but not all relationships are friendships. Now, a strong friendship is a foundation for a lasting relationship. So once you have a strong foundation of a friend, there's a likelihood that those friends will last forever. And so it's good to keep such friends. We will talk about the romantic relationship. The romantic relationship is for couples, or is when two people, that's a man and a woman, and for their kind of relationship, it's also based on emotional support. It's based on emotional support. Is also based on physical intimacy and passion. So with this kind of relationship, we know that it's one of the major relationships we have all gone through. It's one of the major relationships that we are in, and because of its ingredients, when it goes bad, it's very, very sore, or it's very hurtful, because of physical intimacy and emotions that are attached to it. In this kind of relationship, we tend to really have a bad ordeal when it doesn't go well with us. And so this kind of relationship is very common. When you hear of a heartbreak, somebody breaks somebody's heart, and then the person is not able to go on to his next stage because his or her heart has been broken. And the reason is that this kind of relationship is intimate, it's emotional, and so that is why there is so much pain. We'll just want to go on to the romantic relationship is what I've just discussed, and is between two people, a man and a woman. When we come to the work relationship, okay, so the work relationship is like this. We have the subordinates, you have your manager or your boss relationship, and you have your work colleagues or mentors. And so in these people, what happens is that all these relationships I'm talking about, you would need trust, you will need respect. In all these relationships that I'm talking about, you will need trust and respect. So at the workplace, you will need trust and you will need respect as well. So for mutual respect, for example, if you are in a workplace and your boss and your boss doesn't respect you as a human, or doesn't respect you as somebody who is productive or who is bringing productiveness to your work, sometimes it's very bad. you go to a workplace and your boss doesn't see to eye with you. He doesn't care about your well-being. Respect is not there. There is so much backbiting, there's gossiping, there's no teamwork, and all that goes on is negative. There's not going to be productivity. Productivity is not going to come well. There's not going to be productivity, and once there's not going to be productivity, no matter how high or how luxurious the work is, sometimes is not the best at all. And so we deem it right to talk about work relationship. Sometimes your work colleagues or your work partners, your work colleagues, you realize there's one person who wants to show that he knows or he or she knows everything about what is going on in there, especially when you are new in the workplace. You find some people bullying you here and there because they know the rules of the company, and sometimes they don't really regard new people. They don't regard or respect anybody. They don't have respect, and they treat the person as nothing. Sometimes they can determine how you behave, because I believe that when you are at work, you should be able to enjoy work. Now, if you are facing this kind of challenges at work, the whole day you spend your whole day at work, and you are not enjoying that relationship or that environment, I think, and all you get is a toxic aura or a toxic place. I think that sometimes it's very, very difficult, and you don't enjoy your work. You wish like you leave the place. And so as we are discussing of this work relationship, we all should find out where we are working. Are we okay there? Are we fine? Do we have peace in that place? Because definitely, if you are not having peace in that place, you definitely have to go out, or else they themselves will fish you out one day. So if you are not in a place, you are in a place and you are not being bullied, you are not being respected for who you are as a human being, you are not being used. Sometimes you know that you can do some work, and because you're doing some work and somebody can do it, let's say somebody can do it better than you, they show it even before clients that, hey, that lady is a new person, don't mingle with her. That person is just, the person was just brought in just yesterday. And so you find workers or colleagues trying to make you feel very bad, like you are not important, or you are just a naive person who has just been employed in that setting. Okay, so I have somebody, please, who is online. Let me just check the person. So that I can acknowledge the person who is online. Okay, so let's go on. The next topic, or the next type of work relationship is the next type of relationship is the community or the social relationship. Now, these people still need a trust. You still need a trust from people. These are all the ingredients. Like I said, the ingredients of these relationships are trust, honesty, and all that. But this particular relationship is a community relationship. So people are glued to you when they see that you are supportive, when they see that you are engaging in their activities. when they see that you are always with them. When there's something, you get involved. When there's communal labor, you are involved. You are always with them. You are not an island. Especially some people would be in an area, and then maybe there's an occasion going on somewhere. They know they are supposed to attend, or they can just pass by, but they will never do it. Maybe there's an outdooring or a wedding at just around your area, and people have even come to inform you. You just don't go for such occasions. You don't do anything to show that you live in a community. You're going to face a lot of things, and in fact, these people would also prove to you their support when you are also not, when you are also down, especially if you lose a loved one or if you are doing a program. And one time I heard a story that there was this man, a lovely man who was outgoing, and he threw a party. That same time, another rich man also threw a party, and you could just be amazed that nobody went to the rich man's party, and nobody attended, because the rich man was seen as snobbish. He doesn't greet even when he's entering the gate, or when he sees his neighbors walking on the street. He doesn't greet. He doesn't have any social life, and so none of them attended the party. But this particular person who was outgoing had a whole lot of people, children coming all over, just to have that kind of fun. So if you are in a society, or if you are in a community relationship, this is what you are supposed to do. You're supposed to also enjoy whatever is happening. You have to be involved, and so this is what the community would want from you, for you to enjoy the community, to take part in every activity that they are doing. If not all, at least let them see that you are supportive, so that in your time of need, or in your time of in your time when you also need people, they will also be there for you. So this is the ingredient. The ingredient of this relationship is for you to know that once you get inclusive in the society, you have a very good community relationship. And it's the same thing when we come to church. If you are in church, and let's say there are programs you don't attend, people's weddings you don't attend, you don't show any kind of thing, once they close church, you are out of the way, you don't have any friend, you don't greet anybody, how do you expect people to come to you when you are also going through something? If you are going through any kind of thing, you won't be supported. The church won't support you, because they don't see you as someone who helps, or who supports, or who comes for programs. If you don't go for somebody's program, how do you expect that somebody will come for your program? So this is by way of advice. I know people were thinking of a lot of things when I was saying this relationship thing, but we all have to know that we need to know what relationship is before we can talk about when to move out of a relationship. And to know when to say it's enough in a relationship, we need to know those red flags. And in order to know those red flags, we also have to know what a good relationship is all about. So a good relationship is all about, so that when we are in a bad one, we can quickly know that, or we can quickly know the red flags in that relationship and move away. Because it's very important for you to know, so that you can be aware and have steps of helping your own self in times of such situations. So a good relationship is, first of all, a good relationship has respect for each other's values. Now, if you're in a relationship, you need to respect each other's values, and values so that You don't feel that if somebody goes in a certain way which you think is not your way, you should not think that is not the right way, because everybody has values. You have your values and they have their values, so it's right for you to appreciate everybody's values. Secondly, we need to also respect individuality. If somebody is this way, you should respect the person for that. Oh, this my friend is this way, this is how he behaves, this is how he talks, that's his individuality, that's how he is, you cannot change it, so you need to respect it. You need to respect that kind of person. Thirdly, you need to also know that you need to respect each other's independency. Now, before the person was a friend to you, the person had other friends. Now, doesn't mean that when you are a friend with the person, all your friends should cease around you. And there are some people like that. Once you get glued to them, they don't expect you to have anything to do with anybody. That is not a good relationship. A good relationship allows all the partners to have independence. They should be able to have their way. You should not be all around them every time, wherever they are. You want to just boss around them. You should have that air of freedom. And I'm not saying air of freedom to go and do any bad thing, but then you should allow the person to operate in his gifts, or in his or her gifts. So if the person is somebody who is open, so he goes out and he starts greeting, you should not shun the person, because that's how the person is. The person likes to make friends. The person likes to talk to people. That's his passion. So you don't need to shut that aspect of the person away just because you are with the person, or just because you are in a relationship with the person. There are scenarios where even churches, sometimes this particular church is not supposed to join this church. Hey, if you are going for a program at this particular church, this particular person will not allow you to go. I'm talking about churches, among churches, that if there is even a collaboration between churches, there are some head leaders who would frown at it, that hey, don't go here, this is not our belief, don't go there. Whenever it happens that way, it means that the people or the leaders are taking the people's independency. They are not allowing the people to operate just because they have their rules that they operate in. Now, if a good relationship is really a good one, then there should be issues that you can talk about openly, and those issues are sometimes very difficult issues that nobody would want to talk about. But you should be able to talk about those issues, and if you're able to talk about it, it helps. Once you are talking about openly talking about difficult issues, it helps the relationship. For example, things that you might never know about your friend, you should be able to inquire. You should be able to know, probe, and know all those things. Or else sometimes you realize some people would have some kind of ailments, they will not tell you. I remember there have been cases where people are in a relationship and they know their blood groups. They know that this is my blood group, but they'll keep it from each other for a long time till a date is set, and then they go and do tests and realize they are not able to be, or they are not compatible. And so if you are in a good relationship, you should be openness, and be able to explore, or be able to ask questions that are so difficult to answer. You should be able to know. So if you're in a relationship and there's probing, please, you don't need to get worried. You don't need to frown that why is this person trying to probe. The person wants to know you more, so the person must know. Some people get offended when they are being asked certain questions because they don't want people to know. but because the person is in a relationship with you, the person is forced to ask you. So a good relationship is normally that way, that you ask the difficult questions. I think there's someone online. I want to just acknowledge the person. Okay, Stanley, thank you for joining online. God bless you. I think we have to type off. Okay, so just acknowledge him. Thank you so much for joining. God bless you. I also want to talk about the fact that if you're in a relationship, a very good relationship, you don't need to harbor any expectations. When you harbor expectations, you cause trouble for yourself, because you are trying to make the person, or you in your mind you have higher expectations of that person, and if the person doesn't perform to that, it causes okay, so you can comment. Okay, all right. Okay, you're right, Philip. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming online. I also want to acknowledge Stanley and Uri. Thank you for coming online. I'll just finish shortly, so let's keep on sharing. We can share, because right now I have to concentrate on my script. Yeah. So where we ended, so I said that a healthy relationship is characterized. Okay. Now, when I was talking about the expectations, when we harbor expectations, we don't help the relationship, because sometimes we make the person have a higher expectation. We make the person not relaxed, because the person will be you will be expecting the person to perform in a certain way, and sometimes you don't get it that way, so you get disappointed. So once you create a high expectation or expectations in relationships, you're going to have issues. And so a good relationship is normally without expectations, and a healthy relationship finally is characterized by trust, is characterized by honesty, and is characterized by equality. Now, you trust the person. So also, if you are even in the workplace, your boss should be able to trust you, that when I travel and I leave the work in your hands, you're supposed to perform the way I still am around. So when your boss is around, that is not the time for you to play truancy, for you to come to work late. I feel that for workers, you should try as much as possible to have that trust from your boss. Let your boss trust you with the company when he's away, and that's a good thing for you. It's a good skill when you develop trust, when you're able to make people trust you. It's very, very good. It's a good skill, and when you do that, you don't know what you're doing, but you're helping yourself to greater heights. So honesty, being clear with everything you are doing. You don't tell lies. Like, for example, some of us, when they call us, where are you? Then you start by murmuring, I'm somewhere at Pokwase, but you're not at Pokwase, you are in Accra. You have to develop that attitude of honesty. Honesty saves. Honesty makes people to trust you. Sometimes among couples, you can imagine that, okay, so you didn't tell your wife where you were going the night, or after work, you didn't tell her where you were going to. Then all of a sudden, you come home late, or she calls you whilst you are on your way, and you know that you didn't tell her, and all she gets is like, why are you calling me? You are not able to be, you are not honest with where you are exactly. once you become fidgeting, or you fidget with your location, where are you, and you're unable to tell the person, you try to create some kind of distrust, like the person automatically believes that you are lying. So maybe before you go somewhere, you can just call, oh, I'll be here at this time. Then the person will not have any issue with trust. And I think when we try that, it will help in our families. A research was done by John Gottman, and he was talking about the fact that there is a 5:1 rule, that for any negative attitude or negative attitude of your friend or the person you're in a relationship with, you should have five other positive traits. So if you're in a relationship, you can be at a workplace. If you're in a workplace, or even you're in a relationship, and you cannot take five positive things about your person, or about the person or the people that you are around, you don't have any five reasons why you are with the person, and all you have is negative reasons, that is a red flag for you. So for every negative any negative trait or any negative attitude, you should have at least 5 positive things that would be able to clear that rule. And so people need support in their relationships. We need support at work. We need people who will be responsible. We need people who will be responsible in their relationships. We need to be responsible to our families. We need to be responsible as friendship. We need to be responsible in our romantic relationships. We need to be responsible in our workplaces too, because our workplaces also has relationships. And so I want us to always have that mind, that when you are responsible, you take anytime there is something going wrong and you know you are the cause, or you're at fault, you quickly apologize. But here in the case, we realize and we have grown out of this, that the elderly does not apologize. And so you find people who are in higher ranks doing bad things against you, because they are in that rank. They feel that they are not in any way to apologize to you. But it's right for you, or it's right that when any human being is offended, the person should be apologized to. And so going forward, let us all learn, no matter who we are. If you're at a workplace and you're a boss and you offend someone, your colleague, or you offend your subordinate, you offend somebody of a lower rank, please try and apologize. It doesn't make you less of a human being. Sometimes we think that because if we apologize, hey, the person is going to feel that I'm not, or the person will not respect me. The person would give you all the respect again, and the person will make sure that anytime he or she also faults against you, or does anything against you, the person would you will not even wait, but the person would automatically come and apologize to you, because you have shown the leader a sign. You have shown the subordinate. You have shown the child a character. And so as parents, sometimes we do offend our children, but we realize that, hey, we are not in any way to offend. We are not in any way to say sorry. For example, you go and cane your son and realize later that he was telling the truth. Whatever he was telling you was the truth. And you realize you have faulted. What's the best thing to do? I know sometimes as parents, we feel like, hey, if I apologize to the child is going to feel big, or the child will think, hey, my mom did this to me and she's come to apologize. No, the child is learning a skill. And you, as a mom or a dad, you are teaching your child to apologize anytime you are what you offend somebody. So once the person offends you, once he or she offends you, the person is learnt already from you to apologize. And so we want to lastly look at those red signs now. We'll just be going off very soon offline. It's been a very insightful, very insightful presentation, and the signs to look for if you have to walk away. Okay. The first one is your well-being. Now, when I say well-being is all about how comfortable you are, how happy you are. Now, if you are in a place or in a relationship and you are not comfortable, you are not happy, it's a red flag for you, because you have to be happy in a relationship. You have to be welcomed. You have to have a safety, or you have to have a well-being. You have to be happy for being in that relationship. If you are not happy in the church you are in, then why are you there? Why would you go to church and not be happy? Why will you be in a community and not be happy? You should be happy wherever you are. You should be happy. If you are in a school and you are not happy, then you shouldn't be in that school. You should not be in that school. You should be happy anywhere you are. Anywhere you are, you should be happy. And I want to talk about safety, well-being, having your sense of self-care. Once you have safety, once you have self-care is taking care of yourself so well that you don't get sick, you take care of your body, you get enough rest. And sometimes in our workplaces, we realize our workers are being used, or they are overused. And people, your boss doesn't even have the like, you feel that your boss is overusing you. He's just not helping you to have rest, common rest. He knows the stress you have been through. Let's say for a whole week you have been on a night shift. For a whole week you have been doing this above your normal schedule, and your boss insists that you still come to work and perform without any form of support, without any financial support, nothing. The person is overstressing you, and very soon, in no time, you're going to get weak, and you're going to get weaker and weaker. And if you don't take care of yourself, when you are gone or when you get sick, you'll be replaced. So I want us to take that note very carefully. Let's always have that in our minds, never to make our self-care or to take our self-being or our well-being at risk. When there is no trust and respect and emotional safety, when I say emotional safety, I mean that when both of you in the relationship, you feel heard. So if you are not heard in the relationship, if whatever you are doing in the relationship, you are not heard, you are in a workplace, they don't see you as a worker, they just talk to you anyhow, they don't respect you, you are being laughed at, you are being mocked at, you are being gossiped, backbiting, and you are not taken as nothing because you are not emotionally safe. If you are feeling this in a workplace, if you are feeling this way in a particular place you are in, it's a red flag for you. You have to make sure that you're able to express yourself so well when you are in a relationship. Some of us feel we are not able to express ourselves so well because of what the person would. We are afraid to talk because we are afraid the person's emotions might change. Now, when you are not free to express yourself, when you are not free to express yourself, you are in a bad relationship. You are afraid. When you are afraid that whatever you say is going to hurt the other person, then you have to watch out. It's a red flag. Sometimes some people will just you just make a comment and then your partner gets offended. You make a comment and your partner get offended, and he starts flaring up, or he or she starts talking back at you, and you are wondering why you even said that, and you get morose, you get sad for saying a bad thing to your partner. Sometimes that is emotional safety. It means you are not emotionally safe. The person has not accepted you yet, and you need to work on it. You need to work on that and make sure that things are right. I want to talk about a sense of emotional exhaustion. When someone is drained, you see, you can be in a relationship and then you are so drained up, like because of that particular work. Every time you are stressed, you are drained up, you don't have rest, your family is going through stress because of that particular work. That's emotional exhaustion. Because of a particular boss at work, once you get to work, you are so stressed up, you don't even know what to do. You get so stressed at work that it affects your family as well. Your whole being is affected. And this is a time to say, like, you are walking on eggshells. Because how can you walk on eggshells? If you're walking on eggshells, definitely those eggshells are going to crack. It's a time of saying, I'm tired of trying. Because every time there is an argument, you are battered and you are insulted and you are looked down upon. Okay? Anytime you are looked down upon and you are insulted, you lose your self-worth. In a good relationship, you are not supposed to lose your self-worth. You're supposed to enjoy who you are. Whatever you are, whatever character you have to enjoy that thing. That person must enjoy it. And so I like this song that is being always sung by Obapa Christie, that how no matter how I am, God likes me no matter how or what I am. And I think that no matter who you are, you will be loved. You should be loved by somebody. And so you should not allow your self-worth to get lost. Don't allow anybody to make you lose yourself, or don't do anything that would hurt yourself because you are in a relationship. Okay, so that's the kind of thing of. And so the things to look out for. Sometimes you find somebody telling you, I've never seen this your behavior before. When the relationship drains you more than you can fulfill, the relationship that you are in is always draining you. You are not fulfilling many things. You are rather being drained. Now, when one partner does not feel safe, like emotionally or physically, when one partner does not feel safe about what to say, when one partner is only the one compromising every time, he is the one who apologizes to you because you think that you are so beautiful and you have so many guys, and so you are bluffing on just one particular, or you think that you are the only boss, you are the only worker in that place who is pleasing your boss, so you are bluffing in that workplace, and you think that your boss should not talk to you anyhow, or your boss should not talk to you in a certain way, or your colleagues should not talk to you in a certain way. You should be able to have the ability to not always to apologize. You should not always be the one accommodating or apologizing. If you are always the one apologizing in a relationship, that is a red flag for you. Okay, so these are the red flags we have talked of. We have emotional and domestic violence abuse. Abuse is one of the highest, or one of the things that relationships are suffering from. So emotional abuse is not only the violent abuse, but emotional abuse can cause somebody to move out of a relationship. When you insult someone, it makes them feel like they are nothing they are nothing but animals. If a partner should insult you that you are nothing like an animal, that is a red flag for you. You are not an animal, sis. You are a human being. You cannot be seen as an animal because of a certain relationship that you are in. Disrespect, drug addiction. If your partner or whoever group you are in has a drug addict life, you have to move out. because very soon you are going to also be part. You're going to be influenced by that also. And when the partner is also engaged, or where you are related to, when they are in criminal words, or they have criminal attitudes, you need to run away from such a relationship. And so we are just ending our session, and what I would say is that we want to continue to deal specifically with the red flags again in our next session. In our next session, we are going to talk solely almost about everything, the family relationship, all the red flags in all the types of relationships. So I want us to note this, that the human spirit can endure illness. The human spirit that we have in us can endure illness, but when one spirit is crushed, that one, the spirit cannot endure it. So please, I will entreat that don't allow anyone on earth to crush you just because you are in a relationship with them. Don't allow anyone to crush you when you are in a relationship with them. Don't let them crush your spirit. Your spirit can only take illness, but your spirit cannot be crushed. So please, let's take a cue from this. I want to just acknowledge Goldie Amayao for giving us the week. Thank you so much, Goldie. Thank you. She's on Facebook too. You can just be a friend to her. She's called Goldie Amayao. Thank you for this gift of a week. God bless you. I want to thank you all for joining me. Those who are not able to join, I will still have this video shared all the way to for you to enjoy this video. So I want to say a big thank you for everybody, my loved ones, everyone who has been in support of this. I appreciate you. I love you all, and I hope to see you in our next edition in October. Thank you so much. I appreciate all your kind gestures. I appreciate everything you've done, and for following us on Facebook, for following us on Instagram, for following us also on TikTok. And I entreat all of us to go and subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Issues of Life channel, so that we can enjoy all the videos that we have had this morning. Thank you, and God bless you. I love you. I'll see you again. Bye. Bye. Okay.